What up? What up? What up? I'm gonna keep it short, keep it sweet. This is GOAT Talk, where we talk the elites of their field of sports. You know what I'm saying? And tonight, I figured why not kick off 2026 sports? If you may know, you may not know, happens to be wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Particularly, and feel free. I know there's a lot of other different realms. So as far as debate goes, I'll try to keep up with it. If you want to talk AEW, TNA, Ring of Honor, I can try to give you the best of my knowledge to those conversations. But for the primary focus, I wanted to focus on WWE. That's why I grew up in. That's why I eat, sleep, and breathe was WWE wrestling. So, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome to you here to debate a GOAT era of wrestling, Mr. Brian B from Beeline Entertainment. Give it up, people.
What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? Definitely always around to talk about some wrestling. That's STR Nation, baby. We in the building.
Absolutely. Big it up.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
check. Make sure y'all head to Beeline Entertainment and check out Straight Through the Ropes. But over here,
Yes.
we talking about certified goats.
Let's go. Let's go with the ghosts. All right, Stan. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for the questions. Let's debate it out.
All right. Let's debate it out. What was your favorite moment in WWE wrestling time periods? What do you say was that
Woo.
one moment?
Without a doubt, bro. My favorite, like as far as time periods goes, was definitely the time period I grew up in. Was the Attitude Era. I when I
Right.
talk to people about wrestling, like it's always good to gauge where people started with wrestling because depending on how far you go back, there's been so many different eras and changes throughout pro wrestling history, man. If you go all the way back to the 70s when they were in the territory eras, it's
Right.
literally like you were watching your developmental area. Like it wasn't like you saw it wasn't syndicated like it is now. So you just kind of knew what was around you. But then after a while of no doubt about it, thanks to Vince McMahon and taking over the shit, like literally he brought it to public eyes, man. He made it, so you can watch it from your living room and a whole bunch of people from a whole bunch of different areas was getting showcased at that point. So I came in right when, we had the Hulk Hogan's and the Ultimate Warriors and the Macho Mans and Ted DiBiase's and the Rockers, and that was my era, bro. And I started there. When I was a kid and I was playing with toys, I had Bret Hart. I had all those guys. And then, but my favorite era of all time is, of course, the Attitude Era, bro.
Without a doubt.
Nothing but just recklessness and ass and titties and
Pure,
it,
pure,
it was fucking wonderful, man.
and the marketing package, the way the art of storytelling was, it was so freaking believable at
Yeah,
that time period. You know what I'm saying? Just
yeah.
quick side notes, like talking wrestling. Like, how old were y'all realize that Undertaker and Kane wasn't really brothers for real?
Wasn't really brothers. Edge and Christian weren't really brothers. Yeah, it's crazy
You know,
because you
when we
grew
talk
up with
about
that mentality.
goated dynamic duos, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, for real, man. And
So
also,
we can
like,
go either way tonight in this show.
yeah, it's crazy that like we talk about that time period, of course now because looking back, it was so much more raunchy and reckless and just like very demeaning, in a lot of ways. But at the same time, it's like it's a weird part, bro, where it's like when you're watching a movie and you see some crazy shit in a movie, you don't think of it in a way of like, oh, this is so terrible and for the bad. You look at it like, oh, this is a movie. It's a horror film. They're murdering somebody brutally. Michael Myers is destroying. You don't look like, oh man, that shouldn't be happening. It's a fucking movie, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's entertainment.
It
But it's like
is.
when you look back now and you try to like diminish. I get it. Like you want to make some changes. You want to maybe do better. But it's still entertainment, and we got to see some of the craziest, stupidest, just entertaining aspects of pro wrestling in that time period, bro. Not
So
just from
true.
WWE. It was from a whole.
The
Remember
whole work.
ECW over there in
Yes.
Philly was over there stabbing people in the head with forks, throwing them off of buildings and shit, bro.
Ridiculous. We
They were
lit.
all wild.
No, bro. And then, I'm thinking even the tragic moments of,
Mm,
the loss of like a great like Owen Hart,
yeah.
that
Oh yeah.
happened live. Like that wasn't scripted. It wasn't a part of the programming. It was so
Yeah.
scary. And they had to say, well, you know what? Fuck that. The show got to still go on.
Still gotta go on. Yeah. Yo, let me ask you this. I know we're about to get into a conversation, but
Talk to me.
speaking on that, what do you think, man? I mean, this is like one of the toughest conversations in the wrestling world. Like a lot of people disagree with the fact that the show must go on that night, Over the Edge, 1998. They didn't agree with Vince McMahon's decision. Coming from a company standpoint, man, that's very challenging. Like, to this day, I think to myself, like, damn, if I had a company and I had a show and people paid tickets and it was a pay-per-view event, people paid subscriptions on pay-per-view and stuff like, for you to just say with that thing, and I'm not saying that it's not worthy, but I'm just saying to make a decision on the fly like that, to say, hey, no, we got to cancel the show now. Everybody's got to stop. No matter who paid what, we got to figure out refunds. We got to figure out this. We got to figure out that. Everybody's got to go home. Or, hey, let's clean up the situation and then revisit it after we get done with everything. A lot of people are mad, but I think if I was a booker, I probably would have made the same decision. Like, hey,
Without a doubt.
we'll just revisit it. It sucks to say that out loud, but it's truthful, man. It's like, that at the end of the day, the show must go on. That's why they say that shit. But
true statement. No,
very, very sad situation, man. I remember that day. I remember, going to school and we were all talking about it. And we're like, man, you heard what happened to Owen Hart? And that shit was crazy.
Right. And even a quick y'all screw job, everybody knows how controversial it even gets in the middle of a GOAT talk, ladies and gentlemen. That was a goated moment in WWE history. Even though, there's fans of Bret Hart that may feel away, there's fans of Shawn Michaels may feel away, but who knows?
Yeah. Bret Hart screwed Bret Hart in the aspect of he wanted more, and I'm not saying he didn't deserve more, but what I am saying is he ran to WCW thinking he was going to get a motherfucking more lavish life. He thought grass was greener on the other side, and not for nothing, he didn't do jack shit in WCW. I mean, jack shit besides get kicked in the head by Goldberg. And that
and became a crybaby after that.
And became a crybaby because at the end of the day, Bret Hart had legacy in WWE. He also had other shit that he had to visit, like, of course, shit with his brother and all that. But at the same time, it's just like he had legacy in WWE, man. And it's like when he crossed over and went to WCW, remember that time? Everybody was crossing over because Ted Turner was offering big bucks to take the fucking names.
I mean, their contracts at the time of WWE was already coming to a close, and Vince wasn't coming up in their prices or believing in certain gimmicks that they was trying to market to make it presentable to the audience. So it was a difficult time. Chin up, chest out. You got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Even the forbidden side of talking GOAT talks, like what went on with Chris Benoit and how he got completely obliterated because of the circumstances we will not publicly talk about. But because of that had happened, his name got, they went ahead and squeegeed his name off the locker room.
Out the record books.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah, man. For real. And Chris Benoit was a incredible talent, man. It's crazy. But, hey, listen, when you do some fucked up shit, it's hard to kind of draw a line. You got to see both sides because he did some fucked up shit. It is what it is.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Right. Let's get into it. We're going to keep going and as he gives some history, some tidbits, we go back and forth. Let's go ahead and talk about number 5 of the GOAT Talk of Wrestling. And being that you are here as an honorary guest, I would like for you to present your number 5 first.
All right. So my number 5 in top 5 wrestlers of all time is Kane. Kane is one of my favorites of all time, bro. Without a doubt, one of the most dynamic characters that ever stepped foot in pro wrestling. I'm a big fan of the whole, dark, mystical kind of character and stuff like that. Right. So, of course, Undertaker was always one of the ones that was like one of the most legendary characters in history. Even outside of wrestling, Undertaker is known as one of the biggest characters. But when they announced Paul Bearer split from him, and then they announced oh, your brother Kane's coming, and then remember he had was it Bad Blood 97, where he had the Hell in a Cell with Shawn Michaels, the very first Hell in a Cell match ever, and Kane came down and ripped the door off the thing, and you saw him.
Bullshitting. He was not bullshitting.
He came
to do some damage.
Yes, man. It was epic, man. It was epic. And then from then on, everything Kane did was just like every time you saw him, it was like, oh shit, the fire, the
mystery, the dark. No, people don't understand that moment. And I remember how he there was that one season of the thing he had with like Chasing Lita, I believe it was, how
Mm-hmm.
he would terrorize her episode after
Yep.
episode. It was so fucking believable that I really thought Kane was like just this monster. Like, I can't meet this
Monster.
guy in real life, shake his hand. You know, he got this dark aura, this red and black color palette, which made me fall in love with the
Red and
colors,
black. Hell yeah. My favorite
red and
colors.
black
Yep.
out the gate. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
They be like, when you ask me in video games, who would be my go-to character in a video game, I'm going 98 Kane out the gate. Just,
That's right, bro.
I
I'm
love
telling
the
you, it
appeal.
was so good. Kane used to get hit, he used to stagger, and you hit him, and because of his attire and because of how he looked and everything like that. Kane looked like he was just indestructible. And it just, no matter. I remember he had the first blood match with Stone Cold. That's where Vince McMahon was trying to, like, basically like, oh, top this, Austin. Like, I'm gonna give you a first blood match with Stone Cold. And Stone Cold lost, but it was like he whooped Kane's ass. He still gave it to him.
Hell yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. Kane just came on the scene and just kind of changed the dynamic and the attitude ever, man. And tag teaming them with Mankind, and then you finally got the Brothers of Destruction, all the fun stuff, the Inferno match, and all that stuff that happened with him and Undertaker dressing up like
buried a list. Bro,
it was just so good,
and creativity for that story arc.
Yes, sir.
They really built a story arc for the anti-hero, anti-villain, then merging together to become the Brothers of Destruction. And you watch Kane go completely psycho when he finally took off the mask and he finally spoke and he shaved his head, or you learn whether the mask was moved, whatever. Like, we learned how much of a powerhouse. Like, when you talk about giant men, rest in peace to one of the GOATs, of course, Andre the Giant. But you looking at men like that coming under, Big John Studd. So to come in under all these people and their tutelage and what they did for the eras in their time frame, I think he's definitely an excellent number 5 pick for a GOAT debate.
Yeah, man, definitely, bro. But who you got? Who's number 5?
Dun, dun, dun. Rest in peace. I gotta go with my boy. I'm a 90s kid, so I gotta go with my man Yokozuna.
Yoko,
the unstoppable monster heel.
Yeah, bro. Yoko pulled the biggest flex on everybody, coming out as a Japanese sumo wrestler. And that motherfucker, he wasn't
like,
nowhere
they packaged him up. He was Samoan as fuck, and they packaged him with Mr. Fuji.
And it was believable. You saw his ass come out in that shit. He was like, I'm sumo wrestler.
The slow walk, just that massive presence of him wanting to be not just a big wrestler, but a big dude in size comparison. Well loved by everyone, all his colleagues, all his wrestlemates. I've never heard nothing negative, prior to just them being crushed by his untimely passing. But you know what I'm saying? He was an elite level. He defined what a final boss looked like. He forced legends to elevate and be elite. Like, he showed up. Remember that time when Lex Luger injured the game and he was able to slam? Nobody could slam me. I'm invincible. The untouched Yokozuna and Lex Luger came in under that whole Real American moniker because they was trying to pin him out to be the next Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
And he was able to slam him. He said, "Don't worry,
he
brother.
Was an asshole, I got you, in real life.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that was. I'll never forget stuff like that, man. And with Yoko too, the craziest thing Yokozuna had was he still moved to be that big.
Undertaker himself said shocked the shit out of him to know for him to be that big and be that quick. Like, his work ethic was uncomparable. And he was Undertaker, being a personal friend to him, kind of was concerned about the weight issues and how he was trying to double up because he wanted to be, that he was trying to break that Guinness Book of World Record for wrestler to compete. But that heart, that body, your physique, you're already worn out at that age, couldn't handle the mass effect. And we lost such a beautiful giant at a short period with all his contributions to sports, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I would love to see some of these guys that we have lost in the past, like some of these greats, Like I would love to see and get their opinions on, like, the new era and the new stages of wrestling and stuff like that now, to see just how much wrestling there is now. I mean, some of these guys would probably be so shocked because I don't think that they ever thought that pro wrestling was going to take off in the way that it is now. I mean, it is legendary now. When you think of 7 days a week, there's wrestling on, and that's still not accountable for WOW and NWA and all the other promotions that are still going outside of the indie promotions, bro. It's so crazy, yo.
No, for real, man. Even now, looking at it being 2026 and it's still having such a big presence, fans still go crazy. People of our generation can now usher in their kids. People
Yeah.
beyond our generation can usher in their kids and their grandkids as well. Like, it becomes the second national treasure of America's pastime next to baseball.
Yeah, for real, man. It really does, yo. Pro wrestling is kicked off, and I'm glad to be a fan of it, for real.
Love it. I love it. So you ready to go ahead and take the number 4 scale?
All right, number four for me, hands down. Love him or hate him now. At some point, he was the game. Triple H, baby.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's all
bro.
about the game and how you
How
play
you
it.
play it. It's all about control. And
Hey,
if
look,
you
look, I
can't
got my
take it-
bottle of water. Don't make me
Yup.
don't make me go.
I don't know a person who didn't do that. I don't know a person that liked wrestling at one point and was not spitting water because of Triple H, bro. Legendary character. And let's keep it real. I'm not talking about terrorizing from WCW. I'm not talking about anything past when he walked in and he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He did the
Helmsley.
bow, and he was fighting Goldust, and he was fighting Mankind and stuff like that. Cactus Jack. He wasn't even fighting Mankind, I don't think. Or he's fighting both. I don't know. But literally was a good character when he first came as Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He kind of grew into a little bit.
I agree.
But then once they paired him with Shawn Michaels, and after he got screwed over because they did the infamous curtain call and stuff like that. He lost that King of the Ring moment. He started DX with Shawn. And then he just fucking transpired from there, bro. And once Shawn left, and him, X-Pac, and New Age Outlaws in China was fully the greatest level of DX in that time period, that 1997, 1998 time period.
Unbelievable.
Man, bro, Triple H took off. Then he left that, paired with China, went to the corporation. Then he left that, married Stephanie, became the Mr. McMahon and Helmsley or whatever era and all that shit, or Stephanie McMahon, Helmsley era.
Bro,
just dynamic heel.
Can we just take a moment? Like, the pedigree is one of my favorite wrestling signature moves. Playing video games, when I would go create my character, and they'd be like, I would actually build the guy, like, right? I wanted that Kane built the mask, the whole thing of Kane, because that was who I was a fan of. But as far as signature moves, definitely had to have that pedigree as one of my character's signature moves, because it was just so dope. You know what I'm saying? And that field of sport, I feel like it was untouchable.
Yeah, and it's one of the ones that's like, it's so significant. Like that, when you see the pedigree, immediately you think Triple H. When you see the stunner, you think Stone Cold. Like it's tied to them. Like that's
the leg drop, Hulk Hogan. So when we talk about signatures, played a big part of their DNA. Like, the RKO, Randy Orton.
And it's crazy because before that, you would have thought, for people who don't watch wrestling now, but when you saw the RKO, you would have thought Diamond Cutter, Diamond Dallas Page.
Bam.
But it's like RKO is so popular. Randy Orton made it so popular because it kind of, became the meme with the RKO out of nowhere. And they had the people making videos of people falling and then Randy Orton sliding in and catching them and dropping. So it's like, it just got famous. His move got more famous than he's famous and shit. So yeah, moves are a big deal.
They are. And then, talking about the D-Generation X era during the Raw is wartime period and competing with WCW. So you got to look at it. That faction itself had to hold down the ranks they was like, hey, look, we got to do unbelievable shit in order to get these ratings to compete with our competitor.
That's right. And when you think about it, NWO, one of the greatest factions of all time. Indeed. Probably the most people besides like the Bullet Club, maybe. when you think about it, DX didn't do that much. If you really think about it,
If you want to be
they
honest,
didn't do that much. You know what they did well? They had a catchy ass catchphrase.
I got
Yes,
2 words for you.
Suck it. And everybody, every kid on the planet wanted to tell somebody to suck it. And that's
that
it.
was us.
That's all you needed.
And then you had a badass like China on your team.
That's right. Yep. I think every faction should always have one badass woman, yo. I've always said that. That'd be the
Hands down.
downfall with a lot of factions, especially nowadays. They have like 3 guys and a manager, maybe, but yo, you always need that woman that's not just standing there as eye candy. You got to be up in the ring too, low blowing people. If you think about it, it's always been a giant part of the big factions.
It was, man.
Yeah.
Definite salute. So my number 4, right? Hit to counter his. I'm going with another one of my fan faves, the Rated R Superstar. You think you know me, Mr. Adam Edge Copeland.
Yeah, not Cope either. Doesn't take that shit and sell it to somebody else. That's the worst name. After you go 30 years as Edge, now you Cope. That shit don't even sound right. It's like a fucking meditation group or something. Cope. I'm Cope. I'm Counselor Cope. The fuck out of here. That's Edge. That's my guy too.
Man, Mr. Money in the Bank. Man, I remember when he was the reigning champ of the SmackDown period under Vicky Guerrero, and how he was just so strategic, you know, his signature being the spear, you know what I'm saying? Taking the spear from somebody else and utilizing it and bringing it to a whole new height. But just even going back to the faction of with Gangrel and, you know, Christian, like, you feel me? Like, we're talking about a monster doing his thing day in, day out, putting in that work, putting in that grind, taking a beating. Because the scariest moment was watching your favorite wrestler injure his neck and have to, you know, basically subject himself to retirement at the time because he wasn't cleared to medically compete anymore.
Yeah, and WWE was really careful with stuff like that, man. There was so many guys that, you know, had that same kind of, you know, injury. They're still dealing with that right now to this day. But it's crazy that when he came back, man, it was just such a dynamic moment with that Royal Rumble when he came back. And it was a great comeback. I mean, he did pretty good. He got into a lot of, you know, really good feuds. Started the Judgment Day. That's probably one of the biggest success stories he had with his return to wrestling, even though it didn't stay that, you know, well with him. But he started it. Edge started Judgment Day, and the Judgment Day is still going to this day, fucking like 4 years strong. They're one of the biggest factions in wrestling history, no matter like them or not. Yeah, man.
Like them or not. But and then even, you know, looking at all the stuff Edge was doing, but could still talk the talk and walk the walk. Like, he wasn't afraid of who was bigger than him. You know, matches with Great Khali, you know, versus taking on matches against Goldberg in his prime. You know, having a feud with John Cena. You know,
Mick Foley, one of the craziest hardcore matches that you ever saw, crazy street fights, lighting the table and fucking spearing him through the ropes onto a table that's on
magic.
Fire. Classic shit.
Chef is
classic shit, bro.
When he speared Jeff Hardy going up the ladder and he said, bro, I didn't even think about the shit because his body was already hurt. He was like, basically, I was already out of there. Like, mentally, I wasn't even there.
Yeah, you got to. I'm pretty sure you got to be to do some. You can't think about shit like that too long because you're going to try to chicken out or talk yourself out of it. You got to just do that shit and just think about it later. But yeah, Edge, man, I remember when Edge first came to WWF. And remember when because he used to, at the beginning, he was just sitting in the crowd.
He was.
You would just see him sitting in the crowd during other matches. And then out of nowhere, he came out of the crowd. And that's how his entrance was. He just come out the crowd. You think you know me. And then he had one of the most badass finishers of all time before the spear. Because everybody got the fucking spear.
Everybody.
The downward spiral, baby. I used to love that.
They made him change that shit.
I know, I hate that, bro. I love the downward spiral, bro. It was such a good, unique move like you never saw. It grab you, hold you like you hugging somebody, and just drill his face into the fucking man. I was, oh, man. This guy is great, yo.
Unstoppable. And then even looking at the fashion of Edge and Christian and them having Lita tag along and building that storyline. You know what I'm saying? He's had his fair share of beatdowns. You know, he took some losses. He took a lot of celebratory wins.
Yes,
But
he
just to
did.
see his return now, like, I gotta give it to him, because I really thought it was done. Like I felt like a little kid again when that return came back,
Yeah.
and you're
Oh
sitting there
yeah.
watching the Royal Rumble, and all you hear is "You think you know me," and
Hell
he
yeah.
comes back, and the hands is back in the air, and the
Yeah,
jacket's
man.
flowing, and Rated R strapped down to his boots. Like
Yeah,
even when
man.
he created the moniker of being Rated R because of the whole thing with Lita and how he could be kind of sadistic and then jump into the ring and whoop your ass.
Best way to be a bad guy is play off real shit. He played his storyline to the fullest. One of the things about Edge, man, like you just said, Edge started off and he was good in the mid card circuit. He was good in the tag circuit. He was good in the main card circuit. He was good when it came to the title picture. Edge was kind of always just a really well-rounded star, bro. It's gonna be incredible to. It's gonna be incredible. I got my baby going off in there. It's gonna be incredible to see him basically get like his Hall of Fame when he's finally inducted into the Hall of Fame, man. Man, did you ever think about that shit, Stead? Like, there's a lot of the guys, of course, we've seen the Stone Colds, and I don't think the Rock's got it yet, but the Undertakers and stuff like that. A lot of guys in that time period has already hit the Hall of Fame.
True.
But it's like we still got some people that are going to be coming up, of course, like John Cena. Like, John Cena getting into the Hall of Fame is going to be crazy to look at, man.
Got to, man. And then
Yeah,
whoever
it's
gets to induct
crazy.
him
Yeah.
and tell those ghost just moments of
Edge is probably a prime candidate. I'm saying that Edge.
why not?
I was pissed that Edge couldn't get over here. I get what they did with Gunther and everything like that to pass the torch or whatever, but at the same time, how badass would it have been if we would have heard Edge's music and that was John Cena's last opponent and they hugged
I
in the
was
ring?
rooting for that. I was
Oh, I
hoping
wanted
my
that so bad, yo.
speculation. I know on your show you did one about the fan theory talk. So that
Yeah.
would have been an excellent choice. Even
Yes.
Randy Orton.
Yeah, Randy. When I saw him and Randy, and then I saw him and CM Punk do their early on feud, which was good. It was good. It was good. It was a good payoff. So they never did it like the opposite way, where Cena was heel and then Randy was like a baby face, and Punk the same. But it's like at the same time, it's just those guys, they had such classic feuds, and you want to see that, in my opinion, with a retirement match, man. You want to see somebody that is taking you out, that's been on that same road with you. And even with Brock Lesnar, but with Edge and guys like that, Christian, even like these guys are going to go into the Hall of Fame sooner than later. And
Yes.
it's just crazy. Like we've been watching it for so long. I always say this all the time. Like, this is like the third, I'm almost 40, but this is going to be the third generation really
Okay.
of first you had the Hulk Hogan's and Macho Mans, and you had the Stone Colds and the Rocks, then you had the John Cena's and the Randy Ortons.
Right.
Now we got the Roman Reigns and the Seth Rollins. Them motherfuckers ain't too far. You know what I'm saying? It's we just going down we feeling old, bro.
No, for real.
It's crazy.
Even watching their kids come into the game,
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying, and be active to the roster, like Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio.
Right.
That being a part of a thing. Having my man, the Usos coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're a fan of Rikishi, and keeping the Samoan bloodline overflowing right now,
that's right.
Has been a big faction in this wrestling appeal.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Just going down the line, man. But it's awesome. I'm still happy for it.
Right.
But Edge is a good pick.
Right. We almost to our top three, ladies and gentlemen. So before we get down to the top three, let's talk about some honorable mentions and some dream matches we would have loved to have seen as fans of the sports.
All right. So let me see. So as far as my top 5 goes, there's guys that I had to leave out due to different time periods and stuff like that.
Okay.
One of my honorable mentions, we were talking about him before, is definitely without a doubt Bret Hart. Like, Bret Hart is I think like my number 7, if I'm not mistaken. Bret Hart is one of the ones that I grew up with. Everybody loved Hulk Hogan. I certainly loved Hulk Hogan when I was younger, but I love nobody more than Bret Hart, bro. Bret come out with the badass entrance music. Dun, 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 dun.
With the
When I had
glasses,
the
the
when
black
I had
leather
the
jacket.
toys, bro, Bret Hart, it was nobody cooler than Bret the Hitman Hart. Excellence of execution, best there is, best there was. And every time he did a match, one of the things I loved about Bret Hart, I would play with my wrestlers in the wrestling ring, and whenever Bret Hart would get somebody going to the top rope, I always remember this shit, bro. He would always move, and it was like every time nobody would be able to hit Bret Hart off the top rope.
Strategic.
And it was like he just knew how to work. And then when he locked in that sharpshooter, I'm not even a submission guy, but I love the sharpshooter, bro.
Absolutely.
It's just such a cool ass move, and you got him locked, and he's holding him, and this motherfucker just tap. Oh, this motherfucker off of me, yo. Yeah, Bret the Hitman Hart is definitely my number 7 on my list, yo.
Gotcha,
Top 10.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop my honorable mention. I'm going with Mr. Sting, the Stinger drop.
Yeah. Ric Flair with that woo. I was like, oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
My man Sting.
Yeah, Sting's the man for sure.
Sting just had that appeal, especially he goes back to the days of WWF and WCW crossback. But I think WCD when we're talking rest in peace Brandon Lee after the Crow thing, and he came with the all white face paint, with the bat and the leather jacket, and picking up this is after several times has passed after the loss of Owen Hart and the Blue Blazer, and seeing him come down safely from the ring and play those kind of spooky games, sitting up in the top of the Raptors, doing all kind of crazy stuff. Drop, and he was a force to be reckoned with in his era.
I loved it. Yeah. Sting had the Scorpion Death Lock, which was pretty much the same thing as sharpshooter. But Sting also, one of the biggest things with Sting for me, because I started really watching Sting. I saw him early on with the, when he had like the pink and purple and green face paint and the short blonde hair. But yeah, Sting, I really started watching Sting when he turned into the Crow and shit like that or whatever. But I'll never forgive them, because the biggest section of Sting that led, the biggest story, was when, of course, he was going after Hollywood Hogan, bro. And he was the answer of the NWO. The WCW was facing, they couldn't get rid of NWO. They had NWO sold out. They had all this stuff. NWO was running WCW. And Lex Luger and the Giant and these guys, I think even Rey Mysterio was trying to battle, but nobody could help until Sting came. And Sting came Starrcade 1998. I remember I was begging my parents, can you please get this damn pay-per-view, because I gotta watch Sting kick Hollywood Hogan ass finally. And turns out the match sucked ass because of Bret Hart, the fucking favorite guy and shit.
Dream deferred. Dream deferred.
Damn, we didn't get that. I couldn't believe that was such a. I remember watching WCW like, yo, I can't wait for Sting to kick Hollywood Hogan ass.
Absolutely, because he was the answer to it again. We're looking at them again coming out of the WCW. I mean the WWF, now WWE brand, to jump a part of something that was totally new. Gave them a little more kind of creative control, a little more freedom, just a little bit, not much, but it gave them a chance to kind of show that what they can do with their talents to another graded scale. So it was a lot of missed opportunities. I do agree with that.
Yes, sir, man. It definitely was a lot of great ones, but a lot of missed ones for sure. But Sting is definitely a good one. Sting is phenomenal. Sting's not my top, man. I don't know, bro. There's a lot of guys from WCW. There's a lot of guys that I love. There's even guys that I like that ain't even like the main guys. Booker T, of course, is one of them. Like Booker T, I'm talking about before he was in the World Championship picture, because I like Booker T from Harlem Heat. I like Booker T from the TV champion. Yes, man. Right. I was always watching Harlem Heat and what I love watching Harlem Heat versus Scott Steiner brothers. I remember all of that shit from back in the day when he had that little flat top going on to the top of his head, pointy ass head he had. But yeah, man, WCW had a lot of great talent, bro.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, so let's go and flip the coin real quick. We don't want to take too much time in the honorable mention section and talk about some dream matches. What would be what? No matter who you pick, who you pull, set your arena, set your stage. What's your dream match? Go.
Man, a dream match that I think we all deserved was, of course, Sting versus Undertaker. That was one that I think should have been at a WrestleMania at some point. A really good one. Another one I really would have liked to see, and this one I don't know if it ever maybe happened down the road somewhere, but I would have loved to see like a match between Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, and
Woo!
Diesel. And I think it happened in a tag team.
Of course.
I can't remember if it did, but I would love to see just like a fatal four-way with those four friends.
Those elites there.
It would be crazy just to see them kind of like hit that picture, man. Like just to see. I know they had like Sting versus Triple H at WrestleMania. I forgot which one it was, like 30 something. And then they were there. But I would love just to have that fatal four-way of the Click and just kind of see how they kind of bow out. Because I loved, of course, Razor Ramon. Of course, bro. Razor Ramon, man. One of the best bad guys in the fucking history of this business. Just that whole can you just imagine the promos, bro, of them talking shit to each other?
It would have been ridiculous.
It would have been so epic, man. That shit could have happened on Raw for all I care, but them just talking shit to each other, they would have been having fun too.
And those are top contenders of guys who can trash talk. What they say, who had a great mic presence. They wasn't afraid to grab that mic. And again, I'm from that moment of make the story believable. You know what I'm saying? Like you're talking about Hogan, regardless of how we may feel about him now, but he did a lot for the company. He put his blood, sweat, and tears in for the company. Even making a conscious decision to switch over to Hollywood Hulk Hogan, like he said, I wanted to be a bad guy for a change. I didn't want to come out and watching the look on kids crying and just falling under that whole appeal was just crazy. I think that would have been a great dream match to have had. So for me, I would have probably said a nice SummerSlam. Let's go SummerSlam. Let's do a triple threat dream match. I would say Prime Goldberg. I would say Seth Rollins. Okay. And I would throw in Mark Henry.
Mark Henry Goldberg, and said that is when you press the when you're playing fucking 2K and you press random and shit and you're like, all right, fuck it, let's rock with this. That'd probably be a good ass match though. Seth Rollins would be there like, well, what the fuck do I do? Because
get the hell out the way. That's two Mack trucks about to go.
I'm trying to tell you, let them kill each other and just stand tall. I mean,
which I have been known to do that in wrestling games. I'm gonna stand outside the ring, let you whoop ass, but you're not getting the pin. I'm not letting you do that.
Let you do your move, and then I'll sneak in and steal it from you. Like
save my finisher just for that shit real quick.
Right.
Drop your ass, throw you out the ring, and get the pin.
That's right, bro. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. I mean, fantasy matches is always fun because it's like, I mean, I'm trying to think of like some women fantasy matches. Also, like you got one that I would love to see is I've said it 1,000 times, bro, and I would love to see at least once before they all retire. I would love to see Bayley, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, and fucking Becky Lynch in one fatal four-way at a WrestleMania.
Please,
I feel like they have to do that before these women sail off into the sunset, man. One time, the 4 horsewomen, they have to get in that ring. I don't care if it's for a belt. I don't care what it's for. We want to know who was the best horsewoman. Yeah,
walk out. Right.
I would love that shit.
And then what would be fucking awesome? Make it like, remember how they used to do like the lumberjack max and shit, and you get a trophy. So without it being a belt, why not do like a China trophy type of fatal four-way and get a trophy embodying a goat like China? Let them, like you said,
that's really good.
It's a beast. So if you're talking women, I would love to see again Prime China. I would love to see Nia Jax. Trish Stratus, and Lita.
Ooh,
and a Money in the Bank. And a Money in the Bank setting.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing definitely a China going up. China when she was winning the women's championship, when she was finally like just accepting the defeat and just because she wanted to fight men. But
Yeah.
it was like, no, nigga, you gonna fight the women, and she was just squashing bitches like. But I would love to see Prime China up against Rhea. I would love to see that shit. That would be a good ass match.
No
Her and
doubt.
Rhea kind of going head to head. But yeah, man, there's a lot of fantasy booking you can do. A lot.
Indeed. Shout out to a quick honorable mention to the women's side. Shout out to Awesome Kong.
Yeah, she got pregnant. Let that stop your career. She had some Awesome Kong. Awesome Kong was destroying it in TNA.
Thank you.
Yeah, she was killing it in TNA, and then she came to WWE, and it really just didn't work out for her.
Don't you hate when they water your ass out? Like, oh, you coming over here? Let's go ahead and remove this, remove that.
Oh yeah. Vince wasn't having that shit. Vince wanted to just market every fucking thing, bro. Just market, make money.
That's
you talk about TKO, but he also had his standards. So listen, it is what it is. Like he didn't want to promote he wanted to keep the ring sacred and stuff like that. But then he still did his goofy shit in the background. These guys make you fucking hate them because they do such stupid shit that tarnishes such a great legacy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to think of Hulk Hogan dying, and I can't just enjoy it. Like, damn, man, I loved Hulk Hogan, but all this stupid shit. Oh, fuck Hulk Hogan. He said this, man. Shut the fuck up. I know he was fucked up, man. I know it. But at the same time, I cried when this motherfucker dies. I'm like, damn. Yeah, exactly. Right there on some real shit. People really do forget that part. We all are fucked up. We just ain't videotaped during the limelight. But you want to pass judgment on everything. That motherfucker said some shit in the phone call. I get it. He was an asshole about it. But he was home. What the fuck?
Do we not need to go back to the WCW promo with Booker T?
I'm telling you, man.
Oh, but when he dropped it, it was cool because he was a brother.
Yeah, that's right, man. It's just like it's just I hate the fact that these guys do so much shit, and then and then everybody in the world expects you to forget everything that happened and hate them. I'm like, bro, it's hard to do that shit, man. It was a part of the childhood. Like Hulk Hogan was legendary, man. But then it's like you got people like Vince McMahon. Like, can you imagine, like, on some real shit? I know this isn't like the super topic, but it's like, can you imagine not having Vince McMahon in the fucking Hall of Fame? Are you crazy?
Don't do him like that.
I don't care who he had sex with. You better put them. He's responsible
single-handedly. No,
it's crazy, man. It's
a conversation. After Vince McMahon Sr., you know what I'm saying? Him doing what he did creatively, controlling, allowing, you know what I'm saying, even having offsprings come into the biz, you know, having his children be a part of it. Stephanie McMahon, you know what I'm saying? Shane McMahon, money. Come on, people. We ain't gonna act like watching Shane get through off the top of that cage wasn't a top tier highlighted moment.
Shane,
and like he loved it, that shit. It's the thrill of adrenaline. I feel like it's euphoria. It's euphoric.
He came back and he was doing it all again. Even when he was older, Shane he hasn't been going that long before he was back in the ring. I'd say like, what was it, late 2018s and all that shit or whatever. Shane was back in there.
He was.
So yeah, it's a lot of stuff man. A lot of stuff. Right.
We're almost to that top three, people. But real quick before we do that, just a sidebar conversation. What do you feel about Mick Foley, you know, Mankind, Cactus Jack, you know what I'm saying? Him coming out and saying, because of all the politics involved in WWE now, he's choosing to step away. Like, he don't even care about none of that shit no more now. He wants to just be unassociated with it. What are your thoughts and feels on that?
I think he's awesome for stepping up and speaking his mind and staying true to his morals and his values. And that's something that at the end of the day, I will never hate somebody for doing.
Okay.
I also will never hate anybody for saying, hey, listen, I like wrestling and I get up there doing some stupid shit, but fuck that. I still watch it. I'll just turn it off when it gets too political for me. And when it's not political, I'll turn it back on. I'll never hate anybody for saying that. I'm one of them type of people, bro, where it's like, I respect people's decisions because people are different. And I don't respect the people who feel like they have the right answers and they can right or wrong or righteously point their finger at you. No, you shouldn't watch that. Mick Foley's right and you're wrong. Fuck you. You don't know what I am. I'm doing this. This relieves whatever part of me that I need to be relieved. Who the fuck are you to tell me what my fucking morals and values are? I get why Mick Foley made his mind. And I think it's great because I agree with them. I mean, I hate some of the shit about WWE right now. I don't like the stuff that they're involved with. I don't like the shit that's happening with the politics and stuff like that. But I'm also smart enough to kind of separate. Okay, when I'm watching Seth Rollins and fucking Roman fight, I'm not watching Donald Trump right now. Oh, but you're supporting him. I'm not fucking how. Fucking my view on his votes, motherfucker. Like
that's a whole nother episode by itself. Because then you go, y'all talk all that hee haw about that shit, but be the main one still wearing all these designer labels and shit, knowing they don't care about particular races and shit like that. So again, we're selective about who we choose to point the blame and the finger and the we got to disassociate that shit. Fuck that shit. It's wrestling.
I'm tell you.
That's why Raw's War and the Attitude Era was such a iconic moment for them because of shit like this. It was about coming out in this diverse world and cutting it thick. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the top 3 of this shit. Go ahead. Top 3. All
right, so top 3 we got let me think. So definitely top 3. My number 3 pick is, of course, the Dead Man, the Undertaker. Undertaker is my third favorite wrestler,
ladies and gentlemen.
Phenom, bro. Yeah, and like you said with Yokozuna, one of my favorite matches of all effing time. Royal Rumble 1993, Yokozuna versus the Undertaker in a cast. I remember the promos that led up to this match with the Undertaker making the casket for Yokozuna's big ass.
For real.
It wasn't going to be a regular one. So, Yokozuna, you're going to rest in. And I'm sitting there watching this shit. You remember that match, right?
How can I not? It went on and they thought because of his weight, he was going to give out. He was tiring. He did get a little tired, like mid-match, but he powered through that fucking shit and he came through and fucking dominated.
Yeah. And then it was just so crazy because it was like every superstar in the back was coming out and they were trying to get the Undertaker. Yokozuna had more help than anybody in WWE fucking history. And the Undertaker was kicking everybody ass, yo. Rikishi was out there. Fucking Kama Mustafa, whatever. He was Papa Shango at that time. He wasn't out there. But there was a bunch of people that was coming out. Fucking Crush. They all was coming out trying to get Taker into the casket, helping Yokozuna, and he kept lifting it up and beating their ass back.
He wasn't going down without that fight, literal fight.
And as soon as they finally got Taker in the ring, they were rolling it down to the thing. Then all of a sudden, the Titantron came on, and the lightning came. And you saw the Undertaker in the casket, and the casket blew up. And then the Undertaker rose out the Titantron and was standing on top.
Yes,
bro. I was fucking like 6 years old. What the fuck is this?
The magnitude at that time from this shit was better than a Disney movie.
That shit was, I remember that to this day. That's one of the scariest fucking things. I was like, is he fucking real? I never, like, I'm sitting there watching this shit. Then I was just like, yes, this guy is the greatest of all time. And then from then on, it was just his legendary career, man. The Ministry of Darkness. I loved all of that shit. It was just so fun. It was so much story. It was so many people that he built with that. The Farouk and Bradshaw, the Acolytes became the APA protection. He just
even Paul Bearer being a part of the brand.
Kane
just being a part of the lore.
Mm-hmm.
Just coming in with the eye roll and the dark tone that he said. Like, that was that moment your mama would make you go to church immediately after seeing some presence like that on screen.
Wrestling. Just sit up without no arms and just sit straight up with the hair covering your face and turn your head. Oh, man.
Bro, the Bride of Chucky type shit. Just
terrifying.
And I think what hurt me the most, I gotta admit, was when they set it up for Brock Lesnar to take the streak away.
To beat him, yeah. I mean, somebody had to do it, but it did suck that it was Brock Lesnar. There's certain things, just like I was saying, the way I feel about Gunther, is certain things where it's just like Brock Lesnar didn't need it. That's the fucking thing. Brock Lesnar didn't need it. Gunther didn't need it. I don't think Gunther needed the win over John Cena. Gunther already had accolades in his career that already had him going, at top level status. But it happened. And it is what it is. I mean, you can't go back on it. But even Undertaker, I think even Taker said, if I'm not mistaken, he said in the interview that he regrets it too. He didn't want it to happen. There was somebody else that was supposed to take this. I think Edge. I think Edge was supposed to the WrestleMania he fought Edge. I think they said they were talking about Edge was supposed to take the streak as well, and Edge
Right.
didn't want to do it. Something like that. I could be mistaken.
But Undertaker even went to Vince. He was telling him how he wanted that particular WrestleMania to go for himself. And Vince railroaded it. Vince was like, nah, because he didn't want the streak to end. He did create the match. He had picked his opponent. He had it lined up the way he wanted to go. But of course, when you airing from the that ain't what's best for the business moniker, it was like, nah, we already got the script. We already got everything the way we wanted to go. But here's your payout. Basically, it was like, here's your payout. And he goes, oh shit, I'm getting that if I take a L. It was that. So you had to sell it, even though you hated it, and he probably still has some distaste for it now. But you had to do what was best for business.
Yeah. Yep. That's how it always goes. At the end of the day, still a business.
Right. Which is why my number 3 goes to Mr. Atlanta, Georgia himself, the unstoppable, the Gorilla Press Slam, the Jackhammer King, Mr. Bill fucking Goldberg.
Oh shit. Uh-oh. Got Goldberg on the list. We got to have a conversation now.
Come on. I got the drums pounding in my mind.
Listen, man. You know what's crazy? I loved Goldberg when I was younger.
Okay.
I loved Goldberg. He was another big thing. The whole undefeated streak era and everything like that in WCW. It was dynamic, bro. It was phenomenal. And it was so captivating that you never noticed that Goldberg was a fucking mess.
No.
He was a mess, bro.
Fucking
he couldn't wrestle for shit.
No, this is a football player getting into a whole nother field. This shit wasn't meant for.
But they did. But see, the thing that I think that they don't give enough credit for, people who talk about this, is Goldberg was a mess, but they marketed him correctly. He didn't need to be a fucking 5-star wrestler. He didn't need to be a 3-star wrestler.
No.
What he needed to do was come in there, be super aggressive, super fucking, over the top, which he super was.
Yeah.
Fucking as soon as the ding, 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 wanted somebody spear the shit out of him, pick him up, jackhammer him, pin him,
bro,
and stand tall and make the fucking crowd go wild. And when I tell you he did that shit gloriously, hands down, I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Man, Goldberg was phenomenal for that shit.
I think one of my iconic moments was his days of WCW, right? And he was going in it against NWO and him and Kevin Nash and all of them just going back and forth. And I just remember this one moment of watching Goldberg being handcuffed in front of a fucking bus, like handcuffed to a bus, and he breaks the whole fucking front grill off the bus, like showing you just how unstoppable they was selling the whole unstoppable before. Because as a kid, you're like, oh my God, they're whooping Goldberg's ass. Somebody get in there and do something. And you go, all them fucking muscles, you're not gonna do shit.
You do nothing, bro.
It was a whole faction against him. He was one man with a couple of little martial arts moves and what he knew from football.
That's it. Goldberg was when I started watching the matches. I remember it was one match with who the hell was it, man? I can't remember the guy he was wrestling. But man, it was all. I know everybody always talks about the William Regal one, but it was another match where the guy was just all over the place, and Goldberg had no idea what to do, so he couldn't carry it. But they both just looked like bumbling buffoons, man. Just, I was like, motherfucker, somebody pinned somebody. I didn't learn that until I got older. I was just like you. Or just like most people, I think. We were just watching Goldberg. We just loved. You heard that music come out, and he came out spitting, smoking shit, and wilding out. Goldberg was awesome, man. He was an awesome character.
Man,
awesome character.
He was handily building up, his streak, his legacy, coming over to WWE, and of course, like you talk on the Gunther thing. I don't feel like his retirement match was some just do shit. I don't feel like they gave him his just do. I understand with the best for business whole appeal, but come on, it's fucking Goldberg, bro.
Yeah, at least or do something where it's just like, I don't know. I can't. John Cena's tour was such a mess.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fun. It was the most fun when it started wrapping the fuck up. That match with him and AJ Styles was match of the year probably in 2025. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I loved that match. Such a good, just all the callbacks and they just had so much fun in that fucking match, bro. But after that, seeing that, I don't care about people's retirement tours and all that shit, bro. I don't care. I mean, if you're gonna have a retirement match, please just make it good or just make it a stipulation. Because if it's a stipulation, if I lose, I have to leave wrestling or something. Because I don't want to see all these long ass drawn out retirement gigs anymore, bro.
Like a permanent I quit match type of shit.
Yeah, some shit like that, please. Like make it engaging for the story, but don't make it. Oh, if I win, I get to have the title of saying I retire. He was retiring anyway.
He was good. He was under a Legends contract. He wasn't
hire him. Fucking stupid. It doesn't make any fucking sense. He's got a whole year where he's telling you he's retiring, and then you're gonna have the last match and win and say you retired him. What the? It's just fucking stupid, bro.
Bullshit. And then, like, he was putting on for his kid. He was like, I wanted to give it one last because his, kids don't get that. Oh, daddy was some shit back in his prime.
Oh yeah.
Cracking his head open through the door. That's what fucked him up. He had that concussion.
For real. Busting his fucking head open. That horrible match he had with the Undertaker at Crown Jewel, that shit was terrible. That shit with Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Brothers of Destruction, that shit was terrible too. Sit y'all old asses down, take your medication, and fucking go to sleep. Y'all should get y'all asses. That shit was horrible, bro.
No,
Shawn Michaels' ass in there looking like, oh, fucking call the ER.
Because he was probably on some shit at the same time. Because he was never the same after he fucked his back up with the match with Undertaker, the casket match. He was never the same. Honorable mention, my boy Shawn Michaels, definitely the heartbreak kid.
Yeah, I love Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is another one. I don't know why. Sometimes I question. I'm like, damn, why is Shawn not on my list? Because there was so many great matches that I've watched Shawn Michaels. I used to love how Shawn Michaels moved in the ring, bro. I loved how he got hit and he'd flip over the thing and he'd do the thing where he gets kicked in the corner or he falls off the ropes and he gets bounces up and he goes and he lands with his leg. In between
ready to hit you with the sweet chin music. Like he was definitely one of the ones. Because now we're on the subject matter. I was watching WWE Rivals just this past week, and I was watching the feud between him and Stone Cold, and how he kind of, wasn't ready to pass the torch. Like you get that complex where you're not ready to pass the torch. You're not ready to be called washed up. He doesn't have it anymore. You sitting on the top of the throne with the belt, and that match with Undertaker, and he goes through his narcotic phase and trying to revamp himself. But he's still great. I ain't gonna let that say they took away from who he was, but I think knowing what he knows now, he probably wish he could have done things differently.
Yeah, when he came back in 2002, when he came back, besides them ugly ass brown fucking pants he had worn at Elimination Chamber,
worst moment.
Besides that, I mean, he actually did pretty good, man. He had some really great matches. Of course, that classic match with him and Shelton Benjamin on Raw that night, where he super kicked Shelton off jumping off that
in the air. Fucking yeah.
In the air. Dude, one of the cleanest fucking
cold clock. It's
clean, bro. Then they had of course the match with him and Y2J at WrestleMania, which was fucking phenomenal. He had a lot of really good matches on his return.
He was the showstopper for real. Yeah. Even during the passing of another GOAT, Eddie Guerrero, and having a match with Rey Mysterio and being able to empathize, but also say, we got a fucking job to do.
That's right.
I understand, that's your boy, but we're gonna put on a show in memory of your boy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was definitely a lot of greatness, bro.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get ready to wrap this shit up. Top two.
All right, we got to rock and roll. All right, so I said Undertaker, you said Goldberg. My second of all time, without a doubt, The Rock. The Rock, man. Mr. Maivia himself. Okay. If you smell. Now, if you watch my show, I talk a lot of shit about The Rock now. I'll tell you that right now. I'm grown now. And I still love The Rock as far as a person. I love The Rock and what he do, and I'm so proud and happy for him for his accomplishments. And he was a giant part of my childhood. But The Rock shit now, man, I can't stand what he's doing with the company. I can't stand what he did with one of the greatest storylines of all time in the Bloodline story. Not being able to go up against Roman Reigns. I don't give a fuck what you want to blame. It's The Rock's fault for not making that shit happen. but also just with him just kind of coming in and with his stupid politics and kind of fucking shit up. I don't like it, but during the Attitude Era, I love The Rock, man. I used to draw the Brahma Bull on everything I owned. I used to draw electric, most electrifying man. I had a lamp on my desk, a white lamp, and then Sharpie. I used to draw everything the fucking Rock says. SmackDown Hotel, say it doesn't matter, and all that. I fucking love The Rock,
and could definitely one of the ones who can talk some shit on the mic.
Yep, without a doubt, one of the greatest to ever do it. Without a
gonna
doubt,
talk some shit and who lay the smackdown on your candy ass.
Yep, literally have the show SmackDown because of The Rock. Is literally one of the best. As soon as he talks, he's asking you, "What's your name?"
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Hey, motherfucker, that's a Brody beat, pie eating, and you just sitting there. Yes, motherfucker. What did you say,
bro? Even the Rock and Sock connection with Mankind, building a faction like that.
Man.
The Nation of Domination.
Nation of Domination.
See what I'm saying?
Most slept on fucking factions of all time. To this day, I'm so happy that they finally put it in a damn WWE game with the
well-deserved
music and everything. Because man, the Nation was great, man. They were so damn good. Yeah, The Rock's real true turning point. That's where he really became The Rock. It was Rocky Maivia, Die Rocky Die. He came out with his father at Survivor Series and Rikishi. Remember that? He was fighting the Sultan, I think. And it was like literally from there just turned into a larger than life superstar, man. And a lot of people gave him a lot of shit, but you got to understand, man, these people who are considered the greatest of all time, there's a reason for it, because they was stepping on motherfuckers, bro. It probably part of the formula. Let's be honest, man. It's got to be. You can't give a fuck about everybody trying to be number one. You have to step some fucking heads, yo. It's just how it's got to be.
The Michael Jordan complex. It was
Michael Jordan.
I barely fuck with you off the court. I'm not finna fuck with you on the court.
I tell you, I'm trying to be the best. I ain't fucking with you. Absolutely. I get it, man. I get it. But yeah, definitely The Rock, man. The Rock is number 2.
My number 2, we mentioned him earlier, not long ago, but I gotta go with Mr. Five-time, my man Booker fucking T.
Yes, I love Book, yo.
Got to.
I love Book.
Heat, one of the greatest factions in wrestling tag team, Harlem Heat. My man Booker T came through. Remember, even when he went through his commando period, you know what I'm saying? Before all of that. Like, he was a hell of a competitor in this sport.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Booker T people forget just how versatile Booker T actually really was. But when Booker T came to WWE, man, he did so much. He was part of the NWO at one point. He was part of Booker T and Goldust as a tag team. That was some of the most greatest comedy from WWE ever. When he used to come and sit there and just tell me you didn't just say that. And Book was just selling the shit out of everything Goldust was doing. And what else? King Booker.
Booker.
And now, not for nothing, we were just talking about this last night. Now, as a commentator on NXT, I mean, he's literally elevating talent by bringing so much attention and his antics when they come out and stuff like that, and dancing the Trick Williams song, or going crazy when the girls is doing this Kiss of Death and Stephanie McCare and the asses in the air. He's a legend, bro. Not for nothing. His wrestling school in fucking Texas. The Usos. I mean, there's the list goes on.
He's putting out so many new talent. He's working
many people.
Man, let's not forget that time he had the Undertaker try to do the Spin-a-Rooney.
When
he put on the Spin-a-Rooney challenge.
Yeah, I saw that.
To crashing out on Stone Cold Steve Austin in a fucking grocery store.
The supermarket. Oh, man, that was such a good shit. Bro. Just walking around the supermarket just like, yeah, I'm going to go eat me some cereal or some shit. Then Stone Cold just whooped his ass, poured the milk on him. That shit was great.
Man, a lot of iconic rivalries, a lot of moments. Yeah, and even down to his moment of having to deal with his back from doing the Spin-a-Rooney and so much of giving his body to where he had to retire because he gave so much to the biz.
Yeah, he was in the business for a long time, yo. Doing that, he really recently against Zilla Fatu got back in the ring and had a match on the Indies, and Zilla Fatu is another one that's coming up
Shout out to
under
Zilla.
his tutelage and shit like that. So yeah, shout out to Booker T, man, forever. I remember there was that period where not too long ago people were talking about the whole, everybody's trying to like we said before, bro, about the politics and stuff like that. Like I do understand people's points of view, but at the
Without
end
a
of the
doubt.
day, sometimes you just want people to shut the fuck up, bro, because when it comes down to it, these guys are also trying to do good with their status, man. I get it. WWE might not do shit so well, but for Booker T to be helping the black people in the industry to be able to have an opportunity in one of the biggest stages, and you forget while you're talking shit with your morals and shit like that or whatever, that the people are doing things with their power in their own ways. You just don't want them to do it because of how you feel, but you don't control other people's shit, bro. People do things for their own meaning, for their own reasons, and you don't understand or can't see, or I can't stand that shit, bro. But Book is big shout out to Booker T, bro. I love Booker T. I always have. Always.
No. Can you dig it, sucker?
He was not for nothing. Good in the ring. Trick Williams to me right now, he reminds me of Booker T. He's like a young Booker T. Trick Williams has a little bit more. He's got a little bit more pizzazz. He's got a little bit more attitude than Book. And I love Trick Williams, bro. But it's just like he reminds me so much. The long limbs, like he's got the same kind of doing the side kick. The scissor kick, that was another one of my favorites. The scissor kick from Booker T was such a basic move, but it always looked so cool.
It had
man.
so much of an impact, bro. Good evening to the wonderful Miss Nunu, Miss Jonna Marie tapping in with us. Welcome to GOAT Talk, certified GOAT Talk, where we go head to head and we talk about the top fives in the respected field of their sports. Give some honorable mentions. We tap in. I'm locked in with Mr. Straight Through the Ropes himself, Mr. Brian B. Check him out over there at the Beeline Entertainment, people. You know what I'm saying? Doing big things. You know what I'm saying? If you need products, you need promotion. I ain't gonna give him too much pizzazz because this is what Rocksteady Media Network over here. But check him out over there at the Beeline Entertainment. You dig?
Definitely. Appreciate it.
You know who doesn't get a lot of talk before we drop number one?
Yeah.
Big Vader.
Yeah. Vader too, man. Another classic
GOAT.
dude. Yeah, he had a lot of talent. He was good in the ring. Vader, I don't know what it was about Vader, man. I don't know. I didn't know enough about his career. I do know that he had a very significant look. That's why he was utilized on a lot of different shows and stuff like that.
Correct.
Vader was also a tough motherfucker, man. He pound your ass down. He definitely would. He was strong style in a lot of ways. Wrestled in New Japan, wrestled all over the world. Really, he was a different breed. So when they brought him over to WCW and WWF, I don't know if he knew how to kind of tone it down for their environment.
Because just the folklore of hearing stories from that character kind of on and off the set, like he couldn't escape.
Like he lived one by
it. He just couldn't get out of that whole build. But he was definitely one. Junkyard Dog, another honorable mention.
That's super old school. I didn't really see too much of Junkyard, but
but roof, and just what he
headbutting people in the ring and shit.
No, bro,
just being fun,
hardcore. Big Bam Bigelow.
Now, Bam Bam was my guy, bro. To this day, you know what's crazy? They don't talk enough about Bam Bam Bigelow.
Fucking all.
Bam Bam was fun. Like you saw this motherfucker hitting moonsaults and shit. I'm like, this big
dude, Bam Bam tattooed in flames.
Yes, Bam Bam was my favorite big dude. He was the reason why I love the flying headbutt. I love that shit. When Bam Bam came off the ropes with the headbutt, I love that shit, bro. I love that.
I'm telling you, we talk about even somebody like Mr. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? People who were at the time kind of ahead of their sport, but knew what to do with their ring presence and fucking dominate. Randy Savage, honorable mention to him. You know what I'm saying? What he was doing, the camaraderie with Hulk Hogan, kind of being the anti-Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? Doing his
man was his own breed, man.
Kicking fucking ass.
a lot of adrenaline and energy, and just the Slim Jim commercials. Macho Man gave us one
Step
of the
into a
most
Slim Jim.
memorable. He was another memorable character that he from the gear. I remember when
Oh
Macho
yeah,
Man had just the come out in just the draws, just the draws and just like a little the glittery cape,
yeah, he did.
big sunglasses, and a bandana.
Cream of the crop.
Cream of the crop, and and just the intensity of just how he would deliver, veins popping in his neck and his face, and you just knew this motherfucker was gonna kill somebody. But
Absolutely,
yeah,
man.
Macho Man. I remember watching. We had the DVD of Macho Man's matches, just like a collection of his matches and stuff. And they showed his very first match in WWF. It was like 1986 or something like that. And when I tell you, it's just like personification of
Without
heel work. Him getting in the ring and looking at the guy across the ring, say, "You shut the fuck up and you over here." And then the bell would ring, and then he'd go like he's going, and then just roll out the ring and just walk around.
Like, nope,
He
not
looked
gonna do
like
it. It was
I
iconic.
love
It
that
was
shit,
an
man.
iconic moment for the sport, for the biz. Like when you
So
talk about
good.
putting asses to seats, he's definitely
Yes,
one of those guys you want to make sure you've been there to see him.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Watch him talk trash to Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? Cup of coffee in the morning,
You don't even know we're gonna go to the top. You want to see, but it's
bro.
like I feel like somebody, listen, on some real shit, bro. I
Take it
feel
to
like a lot of these fucking talent. I don't know if they do this or not, but I feel like they should have to. You should have, if you are a super. I don't give a fuck if you came from cheerleading or from gymnastics, wherever you came from, football. You should have to go, and part of your training is you got to sit in a room and you got to watch some of these old school dudes cut these fucking promos. And then you
there you
should
go.
learn and be like, okay, now I see. Let me see if I can work some of that into my work. Let me see if I can work in. Oh, I'm a heel. I'm a bad guy. Oh, fuck it. Remember, they should just leave. Man, fuck this. I'm leaving. And then the guy will come out and drag him back.
Oh, where you thought you was going? Bring that ass here, boy.
Bro, I love that was some of the classic storytelling where you didn't need to do high dives and spot for spot. It
None
was
of
just
that.
that shit made you want to watch the match, man. I love it. I fucking
Pure
love it.
adrenaline. One
I
more we get
love it.
to number one, the Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior. Just come out, just a brute force, just reckless force. Just going. You're like, what's wrong with this motherfucker?
Boy,
Coke,
it
nigga,
was
that's
some
what.
yeah. In the words of
Not cola. Coke.
in the words of Rick James, cocaine was a hell of a drug.
I'm telling you, this motherfucker was on that shit heavy, bro. It was in the back. Listen, if I was in pain, I'm slamming around all day, taking steroids and getting beat up by big ass gargantuans. I'd be hurting too. I'll be
It
doing
was
everything I
modeled
can to fucking.
after the Real American thing. He was the one to come and kind of, they was looking to pass that torch. He was
Yeah,
the one
man.
that came in after that Hulk Hogan triumphant moment. Like even another highlighted moment of watching Hulk Hogan slam Andre the Giant. You know what I'm saying? That massive match was
Yeah.
hell of it. Oh, I best believe back then, before they started doing random drug tests, there was a fucking unbelievable amount
Oh
of
man,
steroids and
that
cocaine
motherfuckers.
involved. And
That's
that's
all the
why,
niggas was doing.
yeah, and that's why I can see a lot of their unaliving being contributed to that type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of them
Unfortunately,
can't get off the horse.
yeah, and I think that's why. I mean, that's why they have so much, testing, and it's good. It's better for the talents and stuff like that now. But at the same time, it's just like I don't know, bro. Sometimes you wonder if the personality is there because these guys were kind of modeled after their figure, and that's where their gimmicks came from. They're
True.
larger than life people that you don't see regularly, and that's what made it more of a spectatorship. But it's just like after a while, we got these guys who are all having fun and everybody's friends and everybody's now there's no competition. And all we keep saying all the time is, damn, this shit's boring. What the fuck is going on? Because people getting paid. Go out there and do some damn. I mean, still great
Right.
workers. I still love it, but it's just like I wish there was a little bit more intensity, man.
Right. Especially when you're building factions. A lot of them I felt like got mishandled, didn't get an opportunity to really do a whole lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think about the Arthurs of Pain, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
what is it? The Bloodline Brothers. I don't know if I'm saying
Oh,
it
the
right.
Bludgeon Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what
Luke
I'm
Harper
saying?
and Rome. Yeah. Luke Harper died, unfortunately.
Rest in peace. Exactly.
Yeah.
Crime Time. Rest in peace, Chad Gaspar. You know
Yeah. Real
Chad
recipe for
Gaspar.
him, man.
Bro, come on. I've lived and breathed all these iconic moments. Even if, again, we speaking on Bret Hart, if you look at what the Hart Foundation was, you know,
Hell yeah.
British Bulldog and Jim Neidhart, rest in peace to those
Mm-hmm.
guys. It's a
Yeah.
lot when you talk about the whole eternal realm. Like you said, we're not even talking about New Japan Wrestling. We're not even talking about TNA Wrestling. We're not even talking about Ring of Honor. Like one of my favorite
Yep.
tag teams ever.
Favorite of all time. That's my favorite of all time. Hardy Boys, the tag team, Hardy Boys, your top 5 Hardy Boys, Road, not the Road Warriors, New Age Outlaws, and then the Usos, and then the New Day. Those are my 4. I don't know. My 5 is on and off. It's definitely between like a old school. I would have to go. I don't know if I'm going Legion of Doom. I don't know if I'm going anywhere like that, but those are my top 4 right there.
I would go Hardy Boys. I would go Dudley Boys. I would go Harlem Heat. I'm gonna go with the Brute, and then I'm gonna top it off with, I ain't gonna lie, Crime Time.
Crime Time. Okay. All right. Crime Time was fun. It was definitely a lot of fun.
Yo.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, Crime Time. And if I had to say another one that was fun that I wish they would have lasted a little longer, but people got big mouths and can't shut the hell up apparently, is Enzo and Cass. Enzo and Cass, I mean, to this day, one of the greatest tag team entrances of all. My name is Enzo Amore,
and I am a certified and a bona fide, and you can't teach that.
That shit. Let me tell y'all something. That shit was epic. Let me tell you, bro. It ain't even there's not one like it now. That shit was epic, bro. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. And his name is Big Cass, and he's 7 feet tall. And you can't teach that. Enzo Amore is one of the best workers in that mother. And on the mic, that motherfucker was legit.
Certified for real.
Can't shut the hell up. Running your mouth all the time, doing stupid shit, fucking your own life up. You're in your own way. At least as we heard.
Separate that shit. You got to learn when you're in character mode. Be that fucking character.
Yeah,
I'll leave all that shit.
I always give them credit, bro. I remember watching Raw, and I saw when they came up from NXT, and I saw the Raw. Everybody was on their feet when them motherfuckers came out.
No,
can't hate it.
You can't, man. And just again picking up on like another signature move before we get out. That clothesline from hell by JBL.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was definitely devastating. Take your fucking head off.
By that arm there.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's crazy when you hear like the stories, because all these wrestlers, they all do podcasts and stuff now, and they talk about stuff like this. I remember I forgot who it was. I think was it Chelsea Green, where she was like, they were asking her what's one of the worst moves that you take, and I think they said something, and then she was like, no, that's actually not that bad. And then she was like, if you want to know one that's bad, she said Raquel Rodriguez. She does the Tejana bomb, and it's basically like a big ass, just super choke slam. And she said when you get hit with that shit, it just knocks the air out of your ass. And she said it's one of the worst ones that she takes. And it's crazy because you wouldn't think that. You would be like, oh man, the JBL clothesline. I'm pretty sure that one fucking hurts too.
Right.
But yeah, referee Charles Robinson, Little Nate, if you remember from WCW, he said that he took an elbow drop from Macho Man, an elbow drop off the top rope, and he said he felt like his chest collapsed and he had to go to the hospital right after. I was like, damn, you wouldn't think from an elbow drop. It's like, oh, that's pretty basic.
Pure force. That's one of the most deadliest bones you can get hit with right there.
They said they got jacked up. So that shit Wednesday and knocked all this wind out of them. And it's crazy what you don't,
bro. You remember Steph's
Oh man, see that if you fuck up, you're dead.
That's why they made his ass change that shit. They made a product meeting. Hey, that was cool for a season. You can't keep doing that shit. The
You mess
fines
up,
we
you
get,
dead.
the lawsuits and fines we getting off air for this
Yep.
shit.
Don't put your foot down fast enough. That fucking person forgets to do their own style or do their part. Your head just boom, full boom, and you stomp somebody fucking back of their head. Yeah, your ass going to the hospital.
Hell, the Miz's skull crushing finale.
Oh man, you can't stop yourself. Yeah, there's a lot of moves, bro. That's why when people be talking shit, and for people from after talking with wrestlers and stuff like that, and different people, like they tell you like you think that I haven't been in the ring yet. I really need to find a ring, especially in Georgia. But
Okay.
they tell you like the rings and stuff like that. You think that shit is soft? That shit is hard. It's boards under there. It's wooden boards under that shit.
They
And then
didn't get safety protocols until after the death of like Owen Hart before
crazy,
they really
man.
just started changing that shit to fuck. Like real, that's what I say. I don't give a fuck about how you feel about the appeal of it now. No, wrestling's very much real.
Yeah, they fuck you up, man. Ric Flair was talking about how these chairs and shit, all that shit we thought it was all gimmicks. That shit is all real.
Fucking again, Mick Foley, no matter what character Mick Foley was, his ass gave everything to that match.
Yeah, that shit is crazy, bro.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
But ladies and gentlemen, we have reached numero uno, number fucking one of a certified GOAT for the wrestling biz. What you
I feel like this is gonna be number one. I feel like we both gonna have this. I feel like we should do like a countdown and say it at the same time. I don't know if we gonna have it.
I don't think we gonna have it.
You don't think we gonna have it? All right.
I don't think we gonna have it.
This is my number one. Stead don't have what I have. He's absolutely wrong because there's nobody better than the Rattlesnake Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you know. Oh, hell yeah. Stomp a mud hole in you with
your
ass
dry. From the days of stunning Steve.
Stunning Steve Austin with Brian Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
Bruh. Who the fuck would have thought to the days of the Ringmaster with Ted DiBiase and the $1 Million Championship? Yeah. We got Stone Cold Steve, or one of the fucking
King of the Ring, cut a promo,
man, bro.
Austin, one of the best to ever do it. And when he fucked his knee up and thought it was over, he still came back with that knee break. He was a whole different motherfucker.
Yeah, he was better. It was better because he was forced into a brawler type wrestler, and that fit his character so much more.
Did.
And Stone Cold was the epitome of I don't care. I'm a whoop your ass. You can be the boss. You be my kids. You can be my wife.
He didn't
apparently.
He didn't give a fuck.
He didn't give a fuck. And, there's this shit on TikTok going around. It goes, of course, TikTok plays everything, all the old school stuff. And they played a clip back in the day, before you had internet and all this other shit or whatever. They had like phone lines. So you'd be able to, on pay-per-views, they would stop and they cut to the back or whatever, and you'd be able to talk to the wrestlers on the phone. You'd call a 1-800 number and talk to Stone Cold or talk to Undertaker. So the guy was on the phone, and Sonny was on the thing, and the person on the phone was saying, "Hey, Mr. Stone Cold, I just got to say, I really don't like when you're cursing and when you're saying different things. I think that it's inappropriate, blah, blah, blah." And the girl was saying, so then Sonny started saying, "Oh man, you really said it?" And Stone Cold, when Sonny was talking, Stone Cold said, "Shut up." It was so direct. Sonny started to say something, and then Stone Cold was like, "Oh, shut up. Yeah, what you talking about? I don't care if you like what I'm saying or not."
And he had that kind of just that southern tone, straight from Texas, rattlesnake tone, straight after drinking a beer, and shut up. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
I was fucking laughing so hard, yo. He said, "Shut up." Jeff Jarrett did that too when Owen passed, unfortunately. But Jeff Jarrett was cutting a promo in the back, and he was with Deborah. And Deborah, there was the guy was, I think it was, no, it wasn't Michael Cole, but he had asked Deborah something, and Deborah was saying something or whatever. And when Deborah was talking, Jeff Jarrett said, "Deborah, shut up."
Yeah.
So rude. I was like, damn, nigga. Oh, but yeah, bro, Stone Cold, bro, Stone Cold. I don't even. Do I have to say anything else? I mean,
No, not at all.
Stone
Because my
Cold.
number one is your rival to your number one, who was actually your number three.
Oh, really? Undertaker
I mean, no, wait, that was your number three. What?
or The Rock?
The Rock,
Rock. Okay, yeah.
Rocco,
Yeah. It's
Rock,
usually always those two, man, and everybody's tops for the most part.
Mr. Electrifier, Mr. fucking Electrifier.
Yeah.
Can you smell what
The
the
Rock was
Rock
the man?
is
The Rock
cooking?
was the man. Two of the most dynamic motherfuckers in the industry. Remember when they used to just when they would finally be on the same page, like when they didn't have, because when The Rock and Stone Cold were both baby faces and they was going after whoever, whether it was Triple H or Undertaker, they did work, man. Remember it was like Stone Cold and The Rock took on like 5 people as a tag, handicap tag. Remember that
they
shit
was
on Raw?
going at it. They
Bro,
was fucking
man.
doing they fucking thing. It was
I
a great
love it.
moment because again, you see two rivals, two monumental giants, put their differences aside for that match to come out and do what the fuck. They handled business without a doubt.
Yeah, they did.
And they both got notes of being in the acting field, you know what I'm saying? Even being on the big screen, dropping their little anecdotes for films, you know what I'm saying? They did their best for cinema as well. So they had it. They had stage presence, they had the mic presence, you know what I'm saying? Kick your ass presence.
Right. Yeah, for
and
real.
even when it came to their attire, ring gear presence.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys, I mean, some of the highest selling merch of all time to this day. To this day, man, you're still buying The Rock shit, you're still buying Stone Cold shit, you're still buying NWO shit, you still buy DX shit. It's crazy, bro.
It's top tier, like
impactful.
WWE Elite, Mattel. Shout out to Mattel, keeping the brand going, keeping products in the atmosphere. It's funny we went through this whole GOAT talk and nobody even said fucking Cody Rhodes. Like, do we give a fuck?
No fuck.
Right? We don't give
No
a
way.
I didn't care about him when he was Stardust.
I'm saying, like, it's crazy because I do like Cody. I think he's actually a really good character. Absolutely. But I think that this nerfed way that they present people now, where they don't want you to be bigger than a company, it kills him, man. It kills him. He comes out the red, white, and blue shit all the time, and I get it. Even that can be cool, but it's just like Cody as a person, he's actually real cool. He's cool as fuck. Like he talks a lot of shit. He talks a lot of reckless shit. But when he gets on screen, he's this whole fucking, political kind of presence, and it's boring. It's boring as fuck.
Definitely an interpretation of we don't give a fuck who your daddy is.
We don't. At the end of the day, we heard it enough, bro. We get it. Dusty Rhodes, we loved him. And listen, now it's your turn. So get your ass on and entertain.
That's it. That's all we care about. Be the product. Be the fucking product.
Just lost his belt tonight, so see what happens. Yeah, Drew finally got it done. I'm so happy for him because I've been saying
Drew. Yes.
Should have finally. Drew McIntyre been taking L's for 3 years.
They don't fucking get. Thank you. They don't give him that. See, that'd be that moment where I look at the heel turn versus babyface, and you'd be like, that'd be that golden ticket moment where you expected them to fucking do their thing, but when you're doing what's best for the business, what's best for brands, hey, I hear what you're saying, but I'm trying to put asses in seats tonight.
That's right.
I'm almost for a bigger grand stage of all their pay-per-view, entourage. Right. So you have to do it. And even like you said, the women don't get enough talk when you talk about kicking ass in the female presence. We're not going to overlook them as well.
Nah, hell no. Though I did my last show of the year on STR was how the entire year, and probably even more than that, the women have been out entertaining the men. The women's shit has been way more exciting. They've been wrestling better. They've been more, appealing to the crowds. And of course, it's still fucking beautiful and sexy as hell. And you already know we want to watch them. So it's like they've just been phenomenal, man. They've been killing it. I'm gonna
go Awesome Kong. I'm gonna go Awesome Kong. I'm gonna go Lita. I'm gonna go China, and I'm gonna go Nia Jax.
Nia Jax. Okay, that's your top. Man, I don't know how the fuck I haven't thought of like my top women wrestlers, but if I had to, I don't know what order it would be in. No. I would definitely put Trish and Lita up there. Mm-hmm. Trish and Lita, just off, not off wrestling ability, just off I love their wrestling.
Yes.
I would have to put. I would want to put China up there just because I love China and DX. I love what China did. I love the Latino heat. I loved all that. China was awesome. I loved her fight with Chris Jericho, Intercontinental Championship. I don't know if it was Royal Rumble or which pay-per-view it was, but I loved that match. So China's going up there. I love Rhea Ripley. I really do love Rhea, yo. She is definitely one of my top. I remember when I first saw Rhea, and she was in the Royal Rumble. And that was the first time I saw her sexy ass and all that attitude and that black leather. And I'm like, who is this big Amazonian looking sexy ass?
Yes.
I was like, who the fuck is this?
Yes.
And she looked, and she's like they was trying to make her like the big biker chick looking. And you're like, oh, she's just a big. I was like, she's sexy as hell. I want to see all of that.
That's why I was teasing with you on your social media platform where he was like, "Dear Nia Jax."
Yo, Nia, bro. Ooh, man, Nia's fucking gorgeous. Nia is fucking gorgeous. But yeah, I would have to say after them, I would say in the 5th place, I would want to give it to one of the 4 horsewomen. But man, it's so there's so many women that I really love. I also would love to give it to fucking Timeless Toni Storm because she's another one, man. She is just she talk about repackaging. She repackaged herself. She was Toni Storm. I mean, she had a breakdown when she was on SmackDown and she left WWE, went to AEW and became Timeless Toni Storm and is one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all fucking time. And it's crazy. It's crazy what a little repackage in a new environment will do for you, bro.
Will do. Shout out to Bayley.
A lot of women.
Saying?
Bayley,
Beth,
yeah, I love
the Glamazon. How can I not forget the Glamazon? Beth Phoenix. Before Nia Jax, there was Beth Phoenix.
Yeah, Beth Phoenix was pretty good. She was never one of my faves. That whole women's section in that whole era. The whole Candice Michelle, Michelle McCool, Layla, and all that, whatever her name was, Maurice, even they were never the Bella Twins. They were never my
go-tos.
Yeah, that wasn't my section right there. I like that whole 2009 to 2000 or whatever. I was kind of over that.
It took a lot, especially when it transitioned from women's wrestling to like the divas
and all that. Yeah, now Paige. I fuck with Paige, yo. I love Paige.
Absolutely.
I love Paige.
Brute.
Paige was badass, bro.
And her faction was a hell of a faction. They would come out and kick it. Them other 2 chicks.
Yeah, the Mandy Rose, and then Mandy Rose left and went to OnlyFans. Sonya Deville, she got released and went to OnlyFans. All the motherfuckers go to OnlyFans. They go to they leave and they act like, oh, I'm not gonna go to OnlyFans, and then a month later, oh yeah, I might start OnlyFans. Why not?
I bread anyway.
See them titties all day. I be looking. I'm the man. I'm looking. That's why they going to it. Why am I not gonna look?
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was fun, Stead. It definitely brought up some old school memories and stuff. But yeah, definitely talking the top 5.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna continuously do here. Please, by all means, y'all don't forget to check out rocksteadymedianetwork.com. You know, if you want to be a guest, you can book there. You know what I'm saying? We have packages if you want to be a subscriber as a fan of the art. If you want, media work, what I'm saying, editorial work, whatever you need, I try to include it over here at Rocksteady Media Network. And of course, I know salute to you, B. I know you do it on your network as well.
Sure.
Over here, that's a nice boulder over here. So with that being said, this has been certified GOAT Talk on the Rocksteady Media Network. Salute to you, my brother, from being on here. And hey, if y'all are fans straight to the ropes, make sure y'all go tap in with his web show, tap in with some internet entertainment show. You might see me on there. You might see Kyle on there. You might just see him talking to random motherfuckers that he just said, hey, come jump on the mic.
That's right.
Only on the Beeline Entertainment. And we're going to take a quick commercial break. And we're going to get the fuck up out of here.
Let us introduce ourselves. We are Rocksteady Media Network, the only network where we chisel at the competition, one premium production at a time. Don't let your business stay stuck between that rock and a hard place. Let Let's come in like a wrecking ball and put those worries to bed and rock your media with steady growth. Rock Steady Media Network, we are a nice folder.
What you feeling?
Good shit, man. Yeah, got the whole package. Stead went and repackaged, and he's ready for war over here. Keep killing it, man. I love seeing it, man. I love seeing elevation. It feels good to know that people are still out here. We ain't just all turned AI, and now we are just doing just nothing but AI. Now people still working out here. I'm loving it.
Absolutely. And
Real,
you can too over here at Rock Steady Media Network. With that being said, to the next Certified GOAT Talk, if you stay ready, you